Hello everyone, I am Mohammad Mahfouz Alam and I am one of the faculty of Ramanujan School of Sciences. I am teaching chemistry here from last 4 years and I did my BTech from IIIT Allahabad. So today I will be teaching you some of the key concepts related to that first chapter of the chemistry, which is very basics, but still we have so many confusions. So we are going to explain you through the mathematics, like simple mathematics, and we'll tell you how it could be the easy, right? It will be very easy when we are going to explain you through the mathematics. So let's talk about the like first thing, very basic is atomic mass unit, right? So there are so many confusions. What is atomic mass unit actually? So we are not going to talk you about the basic definition or something. We'll talk you once one line definition, and then we'll go about the mathematically. Everything we'll try to go through some different way, and we'll try to explain you through the mathematics. Okay, so let's see like here AMU, right? Everyone knows AMU 1 by 12th the mass of the one atom of the C12 carbon isotopes, right? So we'll write down, we'll try to convert same thing into the mathematics, right? So we know 1 by 12 means 1 by 12 into the mass of one atom of C12 isotope of carbon. So this is the one of the basic definitions, right? So we are not going to talk more about this one, this definition, but we are going to derive everything from this one, right? So you know now this data we are getting mathematically, or we are getting through experiment. We are getting this data actually. So we know already this data actually. So this data is 1.9942 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams. So this data is this 1.9942 into 10 was 23 grams, sorry, 10 to the power minus 23 grams. So this is data. Now let's talk about 1 AMU now. So 1 by 12 1.9962 into 10 to the power minus 23 grams. So 1 AMU again we will write down simply 1.66 10 to the power minus 24 grams. Now this is the key value you will be using everywhere. Many places you will be using this particular key values here. So this value you need to remember it, but now you know how it comes, right, from the definition. There is basic definition of this one. Now let's talk about one more relationships. You know this one actually. So you note down this one, and like after we'll remove this one, and then we'll try to write down like one more relationship through mathematically. Then we'll try to derive more equations here. So I hope you have written it, right? So okay, now see the relationship right here. Relationship between atomic mass of an element and their atomic mass in gram. Atomic mass in gram. So this one here. Anyway, this is basic, but one or two line we'll not talk much about this one. So we already have this one. 1 AMU equals to write down 1 by 12 into mass of one atom of C12 isotope of carbon. Now see, there are two relationships. Number one, and we'll prove it. See, whatever the relationship comes, we'll just try to prove it actually. So, atomic mass in what? Atomic mass in AMU. So atomic mass in AMU, this is the one first relationship actually. So mass of atomic mass, sorry, atomic mass of an atom in gram. So this is in gram divided by mass of one atom of C12 isotopes into 12. So this is the one. Many times you have seen this formula exactly, right? So you don't do the like how it comes, right? Sometimes in the books you will simply see this one and then you remember it and then you start solving the question. You'll be able to solve also, but try to link up the basics. The goal here is try to link up all the basic through the basic mathematics like 10th standard mathematics, right? So let's see here. Now, like this one. So why I wrote this relationship? Why I didn't wrote the previous relationship where we derived the relationship between the AMU and grams, right? That we didn't write the values because here we want this value in terms of what? Mass of one atom of C12 isotopes, and in the definition, very basic definition, we know that already, right? So now let's talk about let's write down this one. So you know 1 AMU is 1 by 12 the mass of what? C12 isotope. Suppose atomic mass of many element you already know, right? In periodic tables the atomic mass of the element will be already given, right? So you know every mass of the element, every atomic mass of the element will be given only in AMU, because AMU the unit in which we can easily remember the values, right? See the gram, right? Atomic mass in gram will be very low. Atomic mass of the atom in a gram will be of 10 to minus 24 grams, which is very low, right? So we need to convert into some unit where we can easily remember it, right? So you can easily remember, right? Oxygen 16, right? And then carbon 12 and all, right? So you are able to remember this value because it's very easy to remember. So this unit the scientist wanted some unit in which we can easily remember the data, right? Because the remembering the data of carbon in terms of 1.9924 into 10 to the power minus 24 grams is very difficult. Nobody will be able to remember that, and 12 is very easy, right? So that's what they wanted to convert into AMU. So AMU value you already know, right? So let's say, like, I'll write down atomic mass of element, an atom of element is AMU, right? Let's start down. This is the one AMU you noted. Now 1 AMU equals to this one, right? So AMU how much? Into multiply, right? So the mass of atom in gram, because remember we want to have the relationship between mass of atom in grams, right? So we have the relationship here AMU and grams. So we'll try to use that relationship and try to find the relationship between the mass in gram. Try to derive this particular equation, right? So we'll write down. So this will be AMU, right? So it will be equal to in gram how much? 1 AMU is this one, right? So you write down this way, like 1 by 12 into mass of one atom of C12 isotope, right? So now this will be in gram, right? This will be in gram. So you can write down AMU equals to how much? This one, it will become A by 12 into mass of one atom of C12 isotope, right? This is what? Mass in gram. So you just converted this particular mass AMU into grams, right? So you can write down the mass, atomic mass of an element in gram, right? This will be equals to what? Atomic mass of an element in AMU, you just convert it into the grams, right? So that means atomic mass of an atom of particular element is this much grams, right? So you can write down this one in, so this is equals to what? The mass of an atom in gram, right? Now, see, you know the mass, this one. So A equals to what? Just we will try to read down this one, rewrite this particular whole thing. This one we'll try to rewrite that. So okay, now we can say A equals to mass of an atom in gram divided by mass of C12, one atom of C12 isotope of carbon into 12, right? So this is what we are able to get it actually. So this is very basic anyway, like here we have used only the 10th standard mathematics, not more than that. Now, so this is the very basics. We are going to derive, this will be the base of it, and on top of it we will deriving so much equation actually. Right now, this, if you know this one, it will be easy. For the coming actually, I mean to say the coming derivation and all, coming chapter and coming topics also, we can say this will be very much helpful actually. So I am just removing it now. Okay, so the other part, so this is the one part, the B part, you may have seen this one, right? How to like AMU relationship, right? So atomic mass of an element in AMU. Here unit is AMU equals to mass of an atom of element divided by 1.66 10 per minus 24 minus 24. So this is again one way, this derivation actually. So here again guys, here it's very basic actually. You know 1U equals to 1.66, right? This one. Now here 1U equals to this one. So in this one, 1 gram you can say 1 by 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24, right? This will be this many U's, right? U means AMU actually. So AMU have some sort symbol U also. So you can this one, and if the mass of atom is already known, then we can say. So this one, let's say mass of atom is M. So you need to mass of an atom in AMU. How you can convert? AMU will be what? In 1 gram, this mass, so whatever the mass of atom in gram is given, you can tell the mass of atom, an atom in gram, right, into 1 by 1.66 into 10 to the power minus 24, right? So this is the one thing actually. Now we will try to rearrange it. Will not try to rearrange because this mass of an atom in AMU unit itself is atomic mass, right? So we can say we are able to derive this one also, right? So now this is the very basic actually. I mean to say this will be the this is the very basic actually. But why I am doing so? Because here the purpose is that we are converting into, we are trying to like change your behavior, so that you will be trying to derive every time. So when you think about it, you try to think logically why it's so, right? How it's come from basic itself. We'll try to go the high level mathematics or high level derivation and all in chemistry also. So many of them we are just remembering it, we are going. Okay. So this two is done. Now let me tell you one more very important concept here. What we call average mass, right? So this is a very basic. Average, everyone knows it, like, right? The total average of something is what? Total of that particular thing divided by total number, right? If we are having. So this is a very basic mathematical definition. Now let's talk about average atomic mass, right? See, when the concept of average atomic mass is going to come, when you have the atoms, the element have the two more different types of atom, what we call isotopes, right? Remember the isotopes. What the isotopes? You know already. If you don't know, then I'll tell you one line actually, like very basic here, like the one atoms which have the same atomic number but different mass number, right? This we call isotopes. Here what the difference here? So if you want to learn more about these isotopes and all, you can learn in atomic structure. Very basic definition is there, so we're not going to teach you here, but this is the basic definition. So now carbon has two isotopes. Remember, three isotopes actually. C12 where the mass number is 12, C13 where the mass number is 13, and C14. So there are three isotopes. So here how to talk about, when we talk about atomic mass of that carbon, which atom we are talking here? Atomic means what? Single atom mass, right? So which one? Here we are talking here we'll be talking about the average atomic mass, right? So let's talk about some of the definition here. The key thing I find the percentage occurrence, or what we call the percentage abundance of the each isotopes. That is the one many students are confused. They don't able to understand what the percentage occurrence, how the derivation comes. They know the definition. Oh, average mass. When they are going to calculate, they'll simply use the formulas. So let me tell you what the average mass and the formula. First we'll try to write down the formulas. Then we'll try to tell you how to derive it, how to get into the real picture, why the formula comes that way, what the derivation behind it. So you will be never get confused after that. So let's go ahead and derive. First we'll talk about the percentage occurrence, then we'll talk about that the average atomic mass. Okay. So the percentage occurrence. Percentage occurrence. So let's say like here the percentage occurrence we are talking in terms of the number of atoms. The key point here, always remember here, star double star, in terms of number of atoms. What are things common here? In terms, this one, percentage occurrence in terms of what? Not mass. In terms of the percentage number of atoms, right? How many atoms of that particular isotopes occurs in nature out of the total number of total number of atoms of all isotopes, right? So here let's see the percentage occurrence and isotope. We can say the number of atoms of that isotopes of that of a particular isotope divided by total number of atoms of all isotopes of an element. So let's see, this is the one here. Now see here, after some times within 1 or 2 minutes will become the more mathematical here. So see here why the basics is very important here, how we are going to convert into this one some relationship here. So remember here, let's say this notation. So suppose there are n isotopes of an element. So there are n isotopes, remember here. So we can say the notation here, I means then the notation 1, 2, 3, right, with isotope number 1, 2, 3 to n, right. So let's say here, like we are talking about Ni. So Ni means the number of atoms of ith isotopes. And then we'll talk about Nd. total number of atoms of all isotopes of an element. Okay, so we know this one. Now remember here, in mathematical symbol, we know summation symbol, right? So we'll write this is very basic and nothing here much actually. So let's say I equals to 1 to n. Let's say like n is the total number of here. And then we can say ni. What the meaning of it? n1 plus n2 plus dot dot nn. So if you're talking about this one, now remember here, see this is the nt total. If I'm going to try, if I'll tell you to calculate nt without using this symbol, then what you can do, like you know everyone, n1 plus n2 plus nn you do. So this is nothing, 1 to n, this summation mark we are doing, like each element will be getting added 1 to n. So this is the one thing symbol will be using it here. So nt is this one actually. Now we'll use one more symbol, pi, because this will be, now we are creating one of the basic symbol and what we can say the terms, we are defining the terms. This will be used in many derivation now in the first chapter of the chemistry. I'll show you how we'll be using these terms and all in later part also. So pi, now ni divided by nt, you know this is a very basic, right? 10th level percentage, how we calculate, right? So how percentage we calculate? Ni, percentage of particular element or particular thing is number of that thing divided by total into 100, that we know already, right? So same thing we applied here. This is what pi is, percentage occurrence of an ith isotope. Okay, so ith isotopes. Now we know these terms. So if even now we know these terms, right? So this is a basic percentage definition actually, percentage occurrence definition. Now why I taught you this one, because this derivation will be using in what derivation of average atomic mass while defining it. Because see the definition, all you will be learning the formulas and all, but we are not going to talk that way. We are going to derive you everything, so that at least you will be able to visualize it, right? So you can note down this one, and then we'll go ahead and we'll try to define now the average atomic mass from the 10th standard mathematics actually. We'll use that one, and then we'll try to use some more symbol also, which will not be, might not be in 10th, but we are going to use that for deriving further actually. So we are moving now. Okay, so let's talk about average atomic mass. Very see, average atomic mass. I think IIT has asked almost 4 to 5 times the very basic question from this one. One who knows the definition of it, they can solve it. One who remember the formulas will get stuck into this type of problem. Okay, this is a very basic, but still many people were not able to solve because they didn't know how to derive it. They didn't know basic nature of the basic definition or basic mathematics behind it actually. So let me tell you average atomic mass. Everyone knows average means what? Average of something here, like something here means what? Total of that thing divided by what? That thing, and total number of that thing. So this is a very vague definition of what? Average. We know for many scenarios, average of something, right? Average of mass, average of length. So total length divided by total number, right, or something. So this is the what average we are talking about. So this is a general one, but we try to go for the average. So what you learn in 10th or very basic in lower standard, that same thing will use the same definition and will derive that one actually, the higher level of it. So average atomic mass, total mass average atomic mass. I've been talking about average atomic mass. Total mass divided by total number of atoms. See, you know the total mass and total number, then you divide with it means what? The mass per atom means average atomic mass. So this is your very basic definition. Now let's try to integrate this one or prove it through what? The relationship between average atomic mass and percentage occurrence. So let me write down first the formulas and then we'll try to derive it. Okay. So this is the formulas and or what we can say relationship here. So average atomic mass. So A average I am putting here, but sometimes they'll not give you that this one A average. They'll talk always atomic mass. Means atomic mass by default means average if you have more than one isotope of an element. If they have only one atoms or only one isotopes, then it means what? Average and individual atoms mass will be the same. Atomic mass. But if you have more than one isotope, then we are talking always about average. So average will be the always hidden actually. So average atomic mass. Now see. So total mass by total number. Now here in terms of the percentage occurrence, so we are talking this way A1. So atomic mass of isotope, one isotope, first isotope into their percentage occurrence P1 plus A2 average atomic mass, not average. Here we are talking about individual atoms. So atomic mass of second isotope into their percentage occurrence plus dot dot dot. If you have n isotope, then n. This is the what we have the formulas, right? But when we go to ask many students how it comes, right, they are not able to prove it. Even they are good student and they are able to solve many good problems actually of this one. They are good in mathematics also. But what is hidden? What is missing here? Like they know the definition of atomic mass unit. They know the percentage occurrence also, but they didn't think about the relationship mathematically, like how the relationship. They just remember the formulas and all. They went solving actually. You will be able to solve it, but here it will give you more insight. You'll never forget actually. So let's derive this one. So let's prove this one, guys. Now let me talk about so AI. I'll go more mathematical. Now we can write down this one A average summation I equals to 1 to n and AI into PI. Right? So this is the one. Sorry, here one more thing. Maybe the 100 also will come here. 100. You missed it. 100. You know down. You should be putting 100. So now divided by 100 actually. Or 100 will come out constantly there. So anyway, don't worry about, you write down as it is actually. So okay, this one. Now see, we need to prove this one actually, right? Now we'll try to go ahead with that basic definition again, guys. So what is the AI? Atomic mass of ith isotopes as isotope and PI is percentage occurrence of ith isotope. So this data already we know. Like this is what the meaning AI stand for, what the PI stand for, right? That we already know. Now let's try to derive it, this one. So how to derive it, guys? Now remember this one. Ni. Now we'll talk about more thing. Ni is the number of atoms. Suppose this is the sample. This sample in nature, right? You want to know, you assume the Ni is the number of atoms of ith isotopes, right? So Ni is the number of atoms of ith isotope, right, in nature. So this one. Now, so mass of total mass of ith isotope will be what? Ni into Ai. Right? Not yet. See, Ai you are telling about the atomic mass of atom of the one isotope, and you are telling Ni is the number of atoms of ith isotopes, right? In that nature, then total mass of ith isotope, one atom mass you know, and then number also, their number you also you know, right? You will be multiplying it, right? So Ni into Ai. Okay, now this you got for individual one. Okay. Now, so Ni into Ai. Now guys, one more relationship, how to find out the Ni, right? Ni we can find out, how we can find out Ni? Because the Pi and Ni we have the relationship, we derived before, right? The definition. So we know this one also, like Pi equals to Ni by Nt into 100, right? So, okay, into 100, right? Now guys, our goal is there, we will try to convert in terms of the Pi, because in our definition it should be the A and P relation, A into P, right? We will try to convert every relation variable, and so Ni we will try to convert. So Ni we can write down Pi into Nt divided by 100, right? This is the one we can write down, right? So now we are almost done actually. So till here you note down, then we'll start the next one by doing it. Okay. So I hope you have noted down. Okay. So now we know this one, Ni, this relationship, right? You know, now we'll try to convert total mass of ith isotope. So total mass of ith isotope in nature will be what? Ni into Ai, you know, right? This one. So Ni place we'll try to put Pi into Nt divided by 100, and then into we can say the Ai, right? So this now you know it. So these are things you know it for one isotopes, right? Now our goal is there what? To calculate total mass by total number of atoms, right? Total number of atoms anyway Nt you know, but our goal is there now calculate total mass. Average is what? Total mass by total number, right? So that's the goal. Now we are almost done. So total mass of atoms of all isotopes of an element, that's what we can say. So you can say P1 into Nt divided by 100 into A1 plus P2 into Nt into divided by 100 into A2 dot, and then for we can say the Pn into Nt divided by 100 into An, right? This is the, you can say, total mass, right? Now total mass. So now we are almost done. So see, what is the average mass? Average, we already wrote down, right? Total mass of all isotopes of an element divided by total number of all atoms of all isotopes and element, right? So we'll try to write down and then we'll try to see. So P1 into nt by 100 into a1 plus p2 into nt, you can say by 100 into a2 plus dot pn into nt divided by what, 100 into and divided by what, total number of atoms of our stove. We already considered nt, right? So nt. Now what happened here, nt will come out, right? So we can say nt will come out, so we can say this nt will come out, right? So we write one more step actually, and we can say nt p1 into a1 by 100 plus p2 into a2 by 100 plus pn into an by 100. Right, so here now we are able to derive, right? So we can write on p1 into rearrange actually a1 into p1 by 100 plus a2 into p2 by 100 plus dot we can say an into pn divided by 100. So a right. So you see here like how easy it could be if we start following the basic mathematics, right? We started from AMU definition and then we went through, like we used the 10th standard mathematics, right? Like relationship between what, one unit, how much it will be, right? Then we are able to derive this one. So this is the things habit we need to start doing in chemistry also. I have seen this particular derivation all nowhere in the any books or anywhere actually. So this I thought like let me walk toward this one and try to find other way, like how to teach you the chemistry, so that it will be like one who good in mathematics, or one who has little bit logical, one who is logical will be able to think easily, right? So this is the derivation of that average atomic mass now, right? Now one more concept will come, the mole actually. So for mole we'll discuss in the next chapter, actually next video we're going to discuss about this mole concept. In next one we'll tell you the same trick, many different ways, the mathematical relationship. You'll find it amazing actually. So until then, bye guys.